Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode on GTA 5 with Golden Piggy playing around with the Scramjet. It's great fun to mess around with this vehicle, and they are trying to do some epic stunts. Trying to launch off one roof, do some flips and land on another. Not quite got this one right. Pings off of the whatever it is, antenna. However, the landing is equally good. I mean, not the intended stunt, however, really rather good. This was actually from me. I was playing Cyberpunk 2077 and just completed a mission in the middle of bloody nowhere and wanted to call in a car. Now, there are many bugs with this game, but vehicle-related ones, this is what I came across. Oh, the AI drivers. The world is not ready for driverless cars yet. Quite clearly, it is not ready for driverless cars yet. Really helpful place to spawn in. It was very stuck there. I had to go on foot. Glisker up next is on Snowrunner with, I think it's a Tiger here. It's quite a serious off-road vehicle, a relatively fast truck as well at this one. Sticks it up into high range, goes for a kind of booted along, minding their own business. Didn't really pay enough attention to the rocks. Yes, this is not a glitchy let's just launch a truck to space kind of a SnowRunner clip. This is a bounce off a rock and fall on your side. More expected / understandable. Moving on to farming sim next. More big machinery having issues. This time it's a tree. A rock beats a truck and a tree beats a tractor. I presume at least that's what the tractor got caught on. The tractor tall enough to clip some sort of invisible wall around the branches, and yep, a good recovery though. I will say that much. It has been a pretty good recovery for the vehicle. Down Under Thunder up next on Stormworks. Build and Rescue is loading in a vehicle to go for a little bit of a sail. The thing is, well, it's not very happy. That's not very happy at all. I mean, I'm no expert when it comes to boats. However, I do know that's not how a paddle steamer? That's not how it works. It shouldn't go flying through the air. The bits at the back are supposed to spin, not the entire vehicle. I do know that much. Something's very unhappy with that creation. It's continuing its cartwheeling as well. I was expecting it to settle at some point, but nope. It's just going to continue to spiral wildly out of control as it heads off into... Yeah, I think you want another boat. I think it is safe to say another boat is in order. That one is clearly not functioning properly. We're on to a Dirt Rally 2 up next now. High speed, little mistake following or going into a very violent roll. This one is an incredibly violent roll, actually. We only see the onboard from this one. It's just at the end of a stage as well, which always sucks. That's a hell of a violent roll. Gets a puncher for their trouble in that too. Yeah, I'm not sure how many rolls went on, but it was a lot. A different Evo on Dirt 4, I think it might be the same Evo or a different game I should say. Dig Out Your Soul with an equally violent roll, but this time a much better landing. The whole roll and continue onwards. It's a staple of rally games. This one here, I mean, this almost goes into the same level of violent roll as we saw in that previous clip. The initial roll is, pretty harsh, and then it manages to dig in. I don't know how they got away with it. This is in slow-mo. This is some serious rolls, but it's just when it lands here, it just manages to bounce back down onto its wheels and keeps going. Yeah, quite lucky in that one. Turkey Prime up next on Art of Rally. Yep, this game is no exception to the impressive, kind of crash and recovery, because this one here isn't a roll. This is a nasty corner, a crest, or kind of a jump at a corner. However, it's a bounce off a tree to a spin that leads to the Subaru alike carrying on no problem. That is incredibly lucky. I mean, this is a horrible corner to have that long a straight crest and then a sudden corner, or jump in a sudden corner. Nasty. The tree, though, perfectly catches the Subaru, spins it back onto the track into pretty much a perfect racing line. So there we go. Well done. A Trailblazer up next on Wreckfest. Now, this is a mod circuit. It's a very, very high-speed circuit. Incredibly dangerous. All it takes is one bump to start things off. One bump from the AI car behind, the player car gets into trouble with the vehicle ahead, and everything's going wrong for this little part of the field. It goes a lot worse for for two cars. A really nasty incident. I can't actually make out what it is. The red vehicle there with the back end smashed up, and something else collected. I think it was another estate car. I think it was a war wagon. I had a horrific crash into the tree. It all started from one small bump on this one. This is a dangerous circuit. One of the leaders almost wiped out there. But yeah, it all went horrifically wrong further back. It's a huge smash against the tree. The player gets away with it relatively well. There's quite a few cars that are not in good shape there. The player ended up furthest off the course, but Ouch. Ouch indeed. Oh, and the Killer Bee fell over just for good luck. Whack to the max up next on World of Tanks. Now this is right at the end of a game and their team is very clearly winning. And decide to go for a little bit of style points, shall we say, to finish this one off. They're chasing down an enemy tank that's kind of in a ravine and they're going for an aerial attack in a tank. It's a good attempt, actually gets a hit. Doesn't quite land on the tank, but does get a good hit. Their friend, however, is there to arrive. It works! Aerial attack for victory in tank battle. I believe that is definitely the way it goes. Due up next on F1 2020 comes around the corner to find a very, very big crash. Manages to slot through all of that, but the problem is they're not really paying full attention because up ahead there is a safety car that isn't moving. I presume looking somewhere else on the screen, I was not expecting there to be a safety car stuck stationary in the middle of the track. You wouldn't be, let's face it. But yeah, whoops indeed. And finally we have Blaze the Fox on iRacing. Now this is, I believe, the AI having their own little race, and well, there's already a Porsche having its own trouble on the outside, but we don't worry about that. That spins, it recovers, it's a bit stationary, but that's fine. The problem comes between this Mazda and BMW and Porsche. They all get into each other on the chicane at Lime Rock. Now this is a little bit of an awkward corner. The problem is the AI now don't know what to do. There's a blockage in the chicane, and their only solution is to take a funky line that's on the grass, and then nobody can get slowed down. Yep, that's 4 Porsches straight into the crowd. Oh, 5th one, a little bit of a different line, still on the grass, still crashes into the back of them. Oh, BMW is going even faster into the back of them all. Now we cover more of the Caymans, and that's 2 more in. One actually took a sensible line, and the BMW, no, that's not going to get around there at all. Oh, look, a sensible car. What's going on? You've actually avoided the incident. Oh, and BMW didn't. Someone's gone to the pits. I think the cars that caused it have limped their way back round to the pits. They're already off the track. They're not even near the scene of the accident. They're already off the track. I don't know where they're going down there. It's even more wrong for... Oh, someone's lost a wheel. 2 cars have lost wheels, actually. It's a mess. Eventually enough despawn that the track is clear. I guess reset or whatever. Some bent wheels and broken cars in all of that one. That's quite an impressive pile-up, I have to say. But there we go. That is going to be it for this week's episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the Failrace clip submission section, and there you can find all the rules and how to submit them. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.